Hello everybody and welcome to the latest episode of OIS in Source, the Football Manager Simulator, brought to you by Just Football and the Nordic Football Podcast. We are back. How are you all getting on during the lockdown? It's been extended for another few weeks, so we've got more time to go. But I hope you're all doing well and keeping safe. And if you're in Sweden, obviously you're not on the lockdown, so I hope you're enjoying life out there. Yes, we're back for the latest episode of this Football Manager save with Orgryte in Sweden, and it is the penultimate episode of this season 1 of the series on YouTube. Now, as you can see on the screen in front of you, it's come to the crunch. It's playoff time. We are in the relegation playoffs. Goteborgsson has not been able to guide the team to avoid relegation automatically, so we are heading into a relegation playoff against Landskrona Boys from the second division. Let's just show you the table, how it finished. We finished 14th in the league. Last time we joined you, we were in the same position, and we had 4 games to play. We'll show you in a minute the results of those 4 games, but yeah, as you can see now, this was the outcome. 35 goals scored in the season in 30 games for Goteborgsson's side. We conceded 51 goals, the worst in the league by 4 goals at least. A terrible defensive record for Goteborgsson, and that is what has cost us really our automatic survival. We didn't manage to see off Osters, who are our closest rivals in that sense. Also finished behind our biggest rivals, IFK Göteborg, across town by 10 points. And yeah, let's just look at the last few games of that season. If you go to the last episode of OIS in Source on YouTube, hit the playlist, Just Football on YouTube, you can subscribe to it so you'll never miss an episode. But yeah, the last game we brought you was that 1-1 draw against Osters, where we conceded another late goal, took the lead and conceded again. And then, now I want you to hit that button on your computer and head to Twitch, because we've been streaming games on Twitch. I'm going to put up the screen right now so you can see it. Have a little look. Twitch.tv/TwitchJustFootball. Get yourself on there, because we're bringing you live games on there, and it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun on there, and we brought you all 4 of the last 4 games of the season live on Twitch. We had a good little crowd attending it, watching the games live, which was really good fun. And so yeah, have a little look for next time. We will bring the second leg of this relegation playoff on Twitch live. So Twitch Just TV, get yourself on there and come and join us for the second leg. But we're going to play the first leg now. But yeah, just to recap some of the games. So incredibly, yet again, we lost in the last minute. So this was the derby, the last game we played, the first game we played since the Osters match. Can you believe it? 90th minute. Look at that. Literally on the money. 90th minute. They had 10 men for more than a half of this match. And full house, biggest rivals, away from home, although we share the stadium. There's our away fans in the crowd, as you can see up there, with the Orgryte banner. And we let them down big time. We had 10 men, we played defensive for the whole game. We just wanted to get a point from the match. If you can still watch it back on Twitch, in fact, the game, if you want to, but you'll see the reaction of Goteborgsson. You'll see my reaction, absolutely gutted after that match. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. As you can see, they had 10 men from the 41st minute, and just somehow could not manage to keep them out. Yeah, just unbelievable, really unbelievable. Something that's plagued us all season. Those late goals and those giving away games when we're sort of taking the lead or when we're losing games that we should draw. Those are the lineups. So that was really, really disappointing. Don't forget Goteborgsson's job was on the line at this point as well. Our job security was insecure at this point. But we then picked it up and got a vital season saving, because if we'd have lost this game, looking back on points, would have been relegated because Gefle were the team below us. A massive win away from home against Gefle. Changed the team around a little bit. Talked about Pablo Olivo, who's come in and done quite well. The Argentinian that we just took a punt on for free. And yeah, it was Soren Reeks. We brought him in for some experience, even though he wants to leave the club and he's not having a good season at all. The veteran, an absolutely stupendous strike, 53 minutes in from the free kick, 30 yards out. And then it was him who put in the set piece. Olivo to Begovic, out to Reeks, through ball, Lucas Fernandez, the man we've talked about, the Brazilian, with his 7th goal of the season. And it secured a victory for once. We went down to 10 men. Lena got sent off. But yeah, that ended up saving our skin in terms of the league. We then played Djurgården and we drew 2-2. This was a solid, creditable result, to be fair, because they played really well. Again, we streamed it on Twitch, and in fairness to them, Djurgården played us off the park. And it's one of the few games where we probably maybe deserved not to, we deserved to lose, probably. And instead of conceding a late goal, it was one of the few times we scored a late goal. So yeah, it was 1-0. Let's just see if we can show you the goals quickly. Took the lead again. Carlson with a free kick. Lovely strike. Been practicing set pieces a lot on this game in the lead up to games. Attacking set pieces because we were hoping to defend and get those sort of goals, and we did. But yeah, there's one thing about OIS in this save. Goteborgsson's side lack a bit of backbone, and although we tried to defend, we got the 5-man defence, as you can see there. Couldn't do it, couldn't hold out. Took the lead. They equalised with Kabir, which was a fantastic strike. They then took the lead, and in fairness to them, they played us off the park all game in their midfield. They dominated us. Mrabati, Godos, El Kabir, Karlström, they really played really well, actually. So we were lucky to get a point in the end. Hossam Aish, they've got as well on this game. Widgren, they've got a lot of players. And Godos there, put them in the lead. And at this point, it was all looking terrible for us. But to be fair, out of nowhere, on the counter-attack, we brought on Planner and Patrick. Patrick came on and created some magic down that wing for Leonard Planner. Patrick, of course, our Brazilian striker who we've been trying to get a tune out of all season. He's flattered to deceive a little bit this year. He's not really lived up to the hype maybe that we expected from him, but he came up clutch there. And then, well, the less we talk about this game, the better, to be honest. Probably one of the worst games we've ever played on Football Manager in this match. It was a sort of crunch game. And what happened? Liam Begovic sent off after 7 minutes. All game plan out the window. Another derby, don't forget, this is another Gothenburg derby. Went into it with this formation. We brought Patrick and Planner in because they'd been so good in that match against Djurgården off the bench. But it was a disaster. Really poor performance. Awful, in fact. And lost 3-0. Won't show you the goals. It was just... We changed the formation so many times in this game as well because then we got an injury to our keeper. We had another injury at some point. I mean, it was just a nightmare. So, lost it 3-0. And luckily, only thing that saved us on the day was the results, because there was at one point in this game we were relegated automatically. As you see in the table, at one point in that game we were down because Gefle were winning away to Hammarby. So if you look at the last results of the season, on that final day, Gefle took the lead on half-time at Hammarby. Now, if we'd have lost that game, we'd have gone down on goal difference. That's how close it was, 1 goal in it. So if they'd have won that game, we'd have gone down. And that's how close it was, literally. So it was an unbelievable finish to the season, and thank you to Hammarby. thank you, Hammarby. They came back into it. Sveen, Ole Asmund Sveen, thank you for all your help. And Victor Skold, thank you for all your help. We love you, because their goals basically kept us alive. But it's only a reprieve. We're not safe. because we have to play the relegation playoffs. Now that comes when if you look at the season in the lower division, Landskrona Boys finished third, which means we have to play them. So they've got relatively good scoring record, 46 goals scored, not the best of defences, 34 conceded. So we'll look to exploit that. But they are the team that we will face to see if we can survive or if we're going to go down. So it's nerve-wracking times. We've been training and we're going to play this game now. So let's get into it and start looking at the team for this match. Now, we've done something in training this week. We've been experimenting a little bit with a change in formation. Now, the reason behind this is because I'm a bit fed up with playing 5 defenders on this game. Played that 5-man defence all season and still conceded 51 goals. I just don't think it's good enough. Maybe we can better utilise our team in some way. And one thing I've actually noticed is we've got a lot of good central midfielders now, with Olivo's done really well, Carlson's done really well, and Success in Wusu has been one of our best players. Really, really good signing. So I'm thinking to myself, why not bolster the midfield, sacrifice a centre-back, put Lena back out or right back instead of a wing-back, and try that 4-3-3 formation. So we've been training it during the week. Now, it's a bit of a gamble because, to be honest, it's a playoff and the players might not be familiar with it. But I just feel, the onus is on us, really. We're going away from home here. So you could argue we should defend out and just, stick to the same formation and take a 1-0 or a 0-0, maybe. But fortune favours the brave, and I want us to sort of control midfield a little bit more. So it is going to be a gamble, and of course, if it doesn't pay off, we might change it at half time, I think. But I just feel like controlling the midfield is a better option in this game than, playing 5 men in the back. So let's run through the team. And by the way, Malmo won the title, in case you're wondering. They won it on the second last game of the season as well. They beat Norrköping in the penultimate match. Norrköping were top, but they beat Norrköping and then won the last game to retain their title. But that's kind of irrelevant to us right now because we need to concentrate. So Begovic is suspended. We're going to bring in Ruben Gatta, so it will be his last 2 games for the club. He's leaving for France, as we've talked about in previous episodes. I think his concentration is gone since he joined us, since he decided to leave us, only 20, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. Great physical attributes. Would have liked to keep him. But I think in this game, against a weaker opposition, lower league, let's give him his last game, potentially. We've obviously got the second leg to come, but let's go over his ability down that wing, play him as a more traditional left back. Now, Keyboom got injured in the last match, but we'll keep him in. We have recalled Adam Anderson from his loan spell at Dalkurd. Obviously, that's ended now. He did really well at Dalkurd. Key man for us in the future. Keep an eye on this guy because he's only 20 and he's going to be a big player for us in the future, I think, if we can hold on to him. 9 games at Dalkurd, 8 conceded, 3 clean sheets. Look at that, 7.08. Did really, really well. And I think next season he will compete with Keyboom for the number 1 jersey. I think he's ready. So keep an eye on that. But for now, he'll go on the bench. Hopefully Keyboom will let in some poor goals against Hacken. Hopefully he can do well. Now, Tatar's been good for us, but we're going to play a defensive midfielder. It's going to be Success in Wusu, I think. Or maybe it'll be Pablo Oliva. Let me look at that quickly. So we've got 3 men in midfield. Yeah, actually, I like Nwusu. He gets into the box well. So we're going to play him as a sort of box-to-box midfielder. Play Carlson as that support, ball-winning midfielder support. And play Pablo Olivo as... No, I don't want him as an anchor man. I want him as a deep line playmaker. Because he's been very, very good for us. A really good signing. It was a random decision to sign him. Like I say, free transfer with 5 games to play. But he's played every single game since, and he's been really... I've really liked him. He's our best passer. 82% pass completion, which I've been really happy with because I've been terrible at passing. We're one of the worst teams in the league in terms of passing statistics. So he will come into the team, and he's just added that little bit of extra. So it will be Gata, Ahmedhodzic, Mendy, Lena, Olivo, Carlson, and Wusu. Now we've got Reeks on the wing. Going to keep him in, although I'm not that happy with him. No, in fact, you know what? No, I'm not going to keep him in. Now, we had a lot of talks with one of our followers, Jimmy Schlichting, who tuned in for the live Twitch, who does not like Reeks at all. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play Lucas Fernandez. We transfer listed him after the last game, but he is our top scorer, and it's lower league opposition. Going to give him a chance to impress. We'll have Oppert and Gwet on the bench, and Soren Reeks on the bench, and Timmy Stott Hermansen on the bench as well. So a lot of experience on the bench. Johan Anderson will be on the bench as well if we need him to come on. And one thing I'm just going to quickly do, we don't have enough homegrown players. So Victor Gyökeres will have a chance. I don't want Thomas Janssen there. So Postolacci. I know that means we've got too many foreign players. So we're going to have to dip into the under-21s. No, under-19s. And our promising youngster Joseph Lindberg will come on the bench because we don't have enough homegrown Swedish players. Now we're going to play this game on extended highlights, which I hope you don't mind. So the show will be, half an hour, but it's only one game, and it is going to be a game that will define whether we stay up or go down. So it really doesn't get much bigger than this. Leonard Planner will keep his place in the side because I like what I saw from him. We'll play Patrick as an inside forward. He'll cut in. And that's going to be the team. So, got a lot of midfielders in there. Now, we won't have anyone on defensive on the bench. If we get a sending off, if we get anyone having to go off in defence, we will bring on Johan Anderson and try and adjust it somehow. So, that will be the team. Now, give us your prediction. Please hit like or subscribe right now because we need you. And I hope you've enjoyed this series, by the way, because this will be the last probably live game we'll play this season. I think the last YouTube episode of this season will be just reviewing the team and, if we're down or if we're up, hopefully we can review and see who will stay and who might leave. So Adam Anderson's back from his loan. We're going to have to play him. I'll give him a squad number. So it's a little bit more attacking. Gone for a 4-3-3. Drop us a prediction right now if you want. ESPN FC have said they think it's a board draw. And we have been poor of late. Landskrona boys are favourites with the bookies, which is extremely worrying. But okay, let's go. Press conference. Change of tactics they're asking about. This game is one of the very biggest, and all Orgryte fans are sure to be watching with high expectation. Does that make you nervous or at all anxious? Far from it. I want to talk about contractual matters right now. Now, one thing to keep an eye out for is this kid Felipe. He's another Brazilian, and he's a former OIS man. We brought him in last season from Brazil, part of the Patrick and Lucas Fernandez clique from Fluminense, but he was pretty poor for us last season as we got promoted. He only made 8 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist, pretty crap. But he's gone to Landskrona boys on a free. We didn't give him a new deal. He was on loan with us. We chose not to sign him, and he's gone there and scored 10. And he is their main striker today, so that is one to keep an eye out for. Could he be the man to fire Landskrona boys into the Allsvenskan at our expense? Going to go hard tackling on him and close him down. So let's go, guys. I'm not as nervous as I was for the EF Core match. That game I was really nervous. This game, if we can't win against Landskrona over 2 legs, we are relegated and we probably deserve it. So, sometimes I just feel you've got to earn your stripes, and this is the game now where we need to earn our stripes. So let's go. 4-man defence for the first time this season. Got 3 in midfield. How's it going to work? Now here's Lena and keep him. So we're on extended highlights, so it'll be a longer game. Obviously, it's such a massive game in the season, the last one of the campaign. Here's Patrick. Good turnout. He's played it down to Planner. Obviously, they're in a lower division, so the onus is on us, really. We're the bigger team in terms of players. It's Patrick, and he's had a shot, and it's a decent effort, and it's been pushed away. Now, Adi Nalic, who's on loan from Malmo in real life, who's at Malmo in real life, sorry. They've got rid of it, but that is a good chance. And Lena makes the foul. It was a decent chance there for Patrick. A great run from him. Now Carlson with the free kick, and it's over the bar. Not a bad start, first 5 minutes from OIS. On the front foot. Of course, we've got a stronger midfield now, a bit more solid. You know, if we can look to dominate that midfield, it would be good. Now we've gone for standard tactics, flexible, and we were looking to play a sort of passing possession game a bit more. Now Olivo has cleared it to Planner, and Planner has beaten his man here, and he's into the box, and it's Carlson. Corner kick. That was a great run from Leon Planner, who's in the team up front now. And Lucas Fernandez, not a great cross. Tommy Vaiho, the veteran, in goal for Landskrona boys. It's not a bad start from OIS, but Patrick there's pulled a hamstring, which is not good news for us because he is a main man. Now Carlson over the bar. 31 minutes played. 0-0. You know, if we take a draw back to Gothenburg, I'll be pretty happy. Landskrona boys isn't too far from us, so it's almost a local derby to a certain extent. But yeah, we definitely don't want to lose, and they're in here. Kibu makes the save. Fans cheering. Definitely do not want to lose, that's for sure. You know, it's clear by Imre Hodzic, who's playing his last two games for us. He'll go back to Nottingham Forest. He's been on loan and done very well. Ruben Gatta struggling, 6.6. Need him to up his game here. It's his last 2 games for the club as well. The left back. But Landskrona now in a bit of possession. There's Nalic, Felipe, and he's in. And Kibu makes the save, and Landskrona starting to assert themselves in this match, which is slightly worrying. And Wusu clears it. Just before half time now. Let's just tell them to concentrate. Want them to lose their cool just before half time. And yeah, they're doing okay. Gonna let the assistant manager take the team talk. He says we're doing well. Although I'm not sure we're doing that well, to be honest. But Fernandez 6.4 needs to up his game. It's always the way with Fernandez. I give him so many chances, but he does frustrate. Let's start the second half. See where we are. Give it 10 minutes maybe before we change anything. A bit worried about Ruben Gatta's yellow card, as we don't have a left back, of course, on the bench. But for now, let's just keep it going. Here's Olivo now, the Argentinian, to Carlson. Well, he's giving it away, and here's Felipe, the Brazilian we talked about. He's on the break. He's put one into... You have got to be kidding me. Gatta scored an own goal. There's not even any pressure on him. What is he... Ruben Gatta, what is he doing? It's an own goal. Ruben Gatta in his second last ever game for the club. Well, we talked about him playing and he's put it in his own net. That is a disaster for OIS. We're now, as it stands, relegated. Obviously, second leg to come. I'm going to bring on Oppa and Gwet. I can't believe this. Obviously, we have no one to bring him to take Gatta off for. And he's already been booked. Landskrona coming forward now, and this is very worrying. Very worrying indeed. Felipe puts it wide. We're 55 minutes in, and we're losing. This is very worrying. Need a goal now, really. Do not want to leave this game with a defeat. Here's Lena, Olivo to Nwusu. Got an extra man in midfield, which is Carlson there now. Back to Olivo. He's going backwards, which isn't great. And Wusu plays it into Planner. Side netting. 60 minutes played, and we're losing this game at the moment, and we're, as it stands, relegated. Here's Carlson now to Olivo. Puts it out wide to Lena. And Guet. What can he do? Carlson has to do better there. Straight into the keeper's arms. This is worrying times for OIS. And now Carlson's injured. Going to have to make changes. It's been poor as well. 5.6, that's shocking. It's going to have to be Soren Reeks. It's going to have to come on. Play him as an advanced playmaker. We've got 18 minutes here, and we need a goal. Can tell them to get creative, but this is looking very, very worrying for OIS. This could be our last game in Allsvenskan away from home. Technically, we're still in the league, obviously, although it's a playoff. And Wusu's lost it. Here's Mendy. And it's out to Felipe now. Don't tell me they're breaking on us. I mean, come on. Another goal here. We're in big trouble. And they're on the break. You've cleared it. It's a penalty. That's a penalty. When Patrick's giving away a penalty. It's 2-0 to Landskrona, boys. I cannot believe this. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. An own goal and a penalty have put OIS on the verge of relegation. Gonna have to make big changes now. I mean, as it stands, we're relegated. We're going to need 2 goals in the second leg just to make it even, let alone stay up. This is a nightmare. The tactical switch hasn't paid off. I mean, 2 mistakes, an own goal under no pressure whatsoever, and a penalty, and we are in massive trouble now. I can't believe it. Well, I'm going to take off Patrick. He's given away a penalty. He's been booked. He's been rubbish. Sums up his whole season, really. Has really let us down when we've needed him at times. I'm going to bring on Gyökeres and Guet and Gyökeres. Going to put Olivo into midfield. Swap the 2 of them. I mean, we can't really take off Gata, unfortunately. I would like to take him off, but he's been rubbish. Put Lena centre back. Reeks can play as a wing back, I guess. Just change the tactics. Gonna have to go attacking. I mean, it's all or nothing now. We need it. We need an away goal at least, but it's looking really bad for us and Goteborgsson's job, to be honest. A penalty and an own goal. We've got 13 minutes left to get something to take back to Göteborg. A penalty and an own goal. Can you believe it? Just going to shout at them to get creative. Everyone's looking frustrated, but you know, it's too late to be looking frustrated. Gyökeres out now, and you know, maybe the tactical switch has been a disaster. You know, maybe we should have kept it covered. They're just dribbling past us for fun at the moment. 9 minutes to go now. Ruben Gata has been awful. 6.3 own goal. He will not play for the club again. He's not playing the second leg, that's for sure. And they've got a free kick now. Oh, my goodness me. I mean, it seems like they're all over us. And another free kick. This is really poor. Gatta's cleared it. And Wusu. Can we counter? No, he's put it into Felipe and he's had a shot on target. I mean, they're just opening us up. I mean, what? This is shocking. This is really, really shocking. Biggest game of the season. Biggest game of some of these players' careers. 2-0 down now. Corner. Here's Gyökeres. He scored! Ahmed Hoz is offside. FM doesn't want us staying up, does it? I mean, that is... Here's Ngwet now. He's going to try one from 30 yards. Disallowed goal. So we've had a penalty, an own goal, and a disallowed goal for us. Relegation is looking on the cards now for OIS. It's all over. And a hammer blow to Goteborgsson's job prospects, let alone OIS' survival prospects. That is a really, really shocking result. I can't believe it. An own goal and a no pressure from Gatta. Then a penalty. Then a disallowed goal. I'm going to go mad at them, I don't care. It's not good enough. And Gatta, I'm going to particularly call out. Well, I mean, this could be it, guys. This could be it. I mean, this is a fit. Could this be a fitting season for penultimate episode? Sebastian Karlsson had a terrible game before being taken off. We've been dominated for possession. Well, 53%. 10 shots and only 3 on target. Well, really, really poor. Really poor. We'll leave it there. I'm going to have to go away and think long and hard about this. I mean, we may struggle to keep our job now. The board are satisfied, but for how much longer? We're going to need to win 3-0 to stay up. Boys strike it lucky. Yeah, that sums it up. We're going to leave it there. Hit the subscribe button. Hit like. And don't forget, twitch.tv/twitchjustfootball. Join us live for what is the last game of the season and potentially the last game of this save as Orgryte manager. I mean, if we go down, it's unlikely to keep our job, and even if we do keep our job, it might be time to look for new opportunities because this squad is looking like it needs a lot of work, really. So that's it. Thank you very much for joining us. We've got 4 days till the next game. I'm pretty stunned that we've lost that, to be honest. I did not expect that at all. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. Hit subscribe. Join us on Twitch for the season finale later this week. Thank you. Goodbye.